Bitter lettuce got you down? Does your salad suck? Is your lettuce rebolting? There.
We used to be just like you. Our lettuce sucked, so we stopped growing it. But this year, we're farmers, and we had to get our lettuce game on point so we could sell at the farmer's market. We developed a 4-point plan that you can use to grow the best lettuce of your life. Step 1 is to grow the right lettuce. So we did our research and we came up with a Salanova lettuce that comes from Johnny Seeds. It is quite popular with urban farmers, and there's a reason for that. It's very sweet, and all the leaves grow to kind of a uniform size. The seeds are pelleted, so they have a little clay coating around them, which makes them easier to handle when you're planting. We plant ours in plug trays, and when they're a few weeks old, we put them in the ground. You're going to want to do some research on what grows best in your climate. It's always good to look at local seed companies because they're the ones that are going to be growing products for your local climate.
Step 2 is to grow it the right way. Lettuce can be a really tricky crop to grow because it doesn't like the heat. It thrives in the spring, but as soon as you start to get that summer warmth, it just bolts, it goes bitter, it's no good anymore. One way that we keep it going throughout those hot weather months is to give it lots of water. We find that our lettuce needs twice as much water as the rest of our summer crops. And we'll also sometimes water it in the middle of the day just to bring that heat on the field down for the lettuce, keep it cooler. The step that's probably made the biggest difference in our ability to grow amazing lettuce, though, is doing succession plantings. That means that we are always planting new lettuce. Every 2 weeks, we plant a new set of seedlings to get out in the field, and we are taking out our oldest lettuce. You probably only want to keep lettuce in the field for about 1.5 to 2 months before you eat it up or use it up. Lettuce is like old men, it gets bitter with age, so you don't want to leave it there and let that happen. If you're always planting, you'll always have good lettuce.
Step 3 is to harvest properly. You never want to harvest during the heat of the day because the lettuce will just wilt. We only ever harvest kind of at night or early in the morning, and when you do, you don't necessarily want to harvest everything in the field. You want to harvest sections and then get it into cold water as quickly as possible to get that field heat off of it. The field heat will just destroy the lettuce, and you can bring it back a little bit with a cold soak, but it'll never be the same. We also spend a lot of time picking all of the gross leaves, the bitter leaves, the really tough, gross leaves out of the salad mix when we're putting our salad mix together. And maybe 10% of what we pick goes into a pile of grossness, because just one little leaf that's turned can ruin the entire taste in your mouth of a bunch of other sweet leaves. So take the time to pick through the lettuce as well and only deliver the good stuff. Step 4 is avoiding bolting. Bolting is going to happen, it's a natural process, but there's things you can do to delay that process. So you want to make sure that the lettuce is always moist, that it doesn't dry out. Even when you have the lettuce in little plug trays and it's just a start, if it dries out, it could start to bolt at that point in time. So from the start to the end, you have to be keeping it consistently watered. You have to make sure that the nutrients are in the proper balance. Too much nitrogen can actually cause it to bolt, but too little of anything could also cause it to bolt. The longer days of sunlight during the summer can also cause lettuce to bolt. So you could use a shade cloth or just plant it in a shady spot so it only has partial sun to combat that. Bugs can also cause the plants to bolt. So if you have a lot of bugs in there, eating out the cores of your lettuce, then that can trigger bolting in the plant. Bolting is a one-way trip. There's no recovering once it starts. So you want to pull any plant that shows signs of bolting. And also keep in mind that before a plant even sends up the flower stalks during the bolting process, the leaves will turn bitter initially. So it doesn't hurt to just be tasting the plants as you're growing them to check for that. And if it starts to turn bitter, even if you don't see any flower shoots coming up, just pull it. And that's why you're succession planting, because you're gonna have some more ready to go. People have been asking us all summer, like, how do we get such delicious lettuce? And, you know, basically these 4 steps have been the secret. But really what it comes down to is people are asking us, you know, I've planted this lettuce in the spring and now it's summer. How do I get it to taste sweet again? That's just not gonna happen. You have to change your mindset and think and embrace succession planting. That really is the only way to get your lettuce to taste the best that it could possibly taste. Mastering lettuce isn't easy, but with these 4 steps, you can get a lot closer to having the perfect lettuce like us. It's been a driver of our sales all year, and it's probably been the thing that has hooked our customers better than anything else that we've grown all year. And now check out our beautiful lettuce to get jealous.